Well, I have a special warm feeling for the French community in particular. It's very established. It's in Moodle terms, quite old, and there's a lot of people who've been working together for many years, and they're close, and it's quite a sophisticated community. So the sorts of things that happen with Moodle in France are among the best in the world. People are taking Moodle and they're making it be what they need, doing some quite innovative things. And the way people approach it, I find they have a good understanding of the technical issues and the pedagogical issues, as well as they have a good sense of humour about it. You know, they're just nice about it. And that's particularly interesting because the way education happens in France is very particularly traditional. Kind of, you have a lot of restrictions. You have this very paper-based traditional thing that everyone's coming out of and trying to break out of. And so for a digital or numeric approach to be so successful it's amazing. So I love coming here and I love talking to people. I speak some French. Not enough to be able to answer this in French, but I have a lot of affinity here. So I just want to really thank the French community for all of their contributions towards the Moodle project over the years, and I hope we can all keep working together to make Moodle a better platform and a better product for all of our students. What do I think Moodle will look like in 5 years? Well, I have an opinion, but I don't have final say. So the purpose of making this an open source project and the way we've designed collaboration around it is to allow the community to have a big say over what the future is. So I can see certain trends. I can see, and I have personal things I want to see in it, but it's not the final thing. So trend-wise, you'll see Moodle sort of disappearing. It'll still be there, you just won't see it so much. You'll be talking to it, it will be messaging you, you'll be messaging it, it will be managing the learning, but in a more sophisticated way. So it's artificial intelligence will start to come in there a little bit more. It becomes an assistant to you, the student. It becomes an assistant to the teacher. And a lot of the basics are going to stay the same. So one thing that doesn't change in 5 years, it doesn't matter how much technology changes, is the brain. The human brain still has to do certain things to learn. The body has to do certain things to learn. You can't learn just by watching video. I don't care how popular YouTube is, it's good for some sorts of learning, but it's not good for other sorts of learning. You wouldn't want to be operated on by a doctor who just learnt on YouTube. So there are certain things that need to be the same, and so those won't change too much. Likewise, as long as we have the concept of a course being this is all the stuff you need to know, and there's a start and an end, there's going to be some sort of progression. There'll always be a progression through courses. As long as you have the idea that you go to an institution to learn something, there's going to be some sort of a framework of like an institution. You know, there's walls around that learning. And so Moodle will have certain things that stay the same. But instead of launching, or maybe as well as just launching, say, a forum or an assignment, you might launch an augmented reality activity. So you're in your system on your device, whether it's a phone or something wearable, you launch the activity. The activity might launch into your glasses. It could be a virtual reality experience, a simulation. Moodle won't be running that simulation. That will be a simulation that's just out there on the internet, or an activity that's brought into Moodle, like an app. So, you know, maybe I get put into a simulation where I'm in an interview and I have to, you know, all of this that I'm looking at right now, I've got an interviewer and a camera, and I'm put into the simulation and I'm practicing it. The computer is listening to my voice, giving me a grade, like a game, yeah? And the game is giving me the feedback and I get some result. So at the end of the simulation, the grade that the computer gave me goes back into Moodle, into the grade book. And now the teacher can see, how did all the students go on this activity? So that's where I see it going. 5 years probably about the right time frame for that. Yeah. So if you're asking if we want to build a complete digital workplace around students, it's hard to say. I have limited resources. So Moodle's an open source project, right? Universities use it for free. They don't all contribute back to the project. Enough people in the world are contributing back so we have enough to hire 80 people. That's not very many in software company terms. Some software companies have thousands of people. So we have limited resources in what we can do. The full range of tools that a student uses, and we all use, is a collection of apps and services from the internet that we pick and choose. We make up our own environment. The problem with a lot of that is that a lot of them are being driven by very large, wealthy companies with very commercial goals. Exploitation, they use your data, they'll charge a lot of money, they're profit focused, and some of them have some pretty bad aims. Like I've heard of many software packages that will seek to train people in Africa to work for companies in the US, for example, which is kind of exploitation, yeah? So the future of the tools that we use, I would like to see being open education technology, like Moodle, but not only Moodle, so all of the other pieces as well. So universities need to store student information, they need to have video conferencing, they need to have portfolio systems, they need to have library systems and all these things. What I am trying to encourage is that all the people in the world interested in building all the pieces of that environment, that we work together better. And that's something I'm calling Open EdTech. And I have a website, openedtech.global, and we have an annual conference, Open EdTech Global Festival, which is in Barcelona in November every year. The first one is this year. The point of that is to get all these people to work together to try and build the framework for an open system for the next 100 years. Why not? You know, think big. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do my piece to encourage that collaboration to happen.